Gita Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharana Nirvishesha Shunyavadam Paschatana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, discussing Uddhava Gita, 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th chapter, and from 34 to 41, these 8 verses are together describing the qualities of a devotee. And so yesterday we discussed some, so we'll start again today from 34 onwards and continue. I'll just read up to what I discussed yesterday. My dear Uddhava, one can give a false pride and prestige by engaging in the following devotional activities. One may, as I mentioned, pride and prestige is the most difficult. Like pride and prestige is actually the general outcome of false ego. The false ego manifests in the form of pride and prestige. So therefore it is very important that we give up pride and prestige, and Krishna is telling Uddhava, how can one get rid of that, or how can one give that up? So one may purify oneself by seeing, touching, worshipping, serving, and offering prayers of glorification and obeisances to my form as the deity and to my pure devotees. So by seeing, touching, darshan, sparshan, and archanam, shevanam, kirtanam, and pranama. So these are, so offering these to the deities and to pure devotees of the Lord, we become free from false pride and prestige. One should also glorify my transcendental qualities and activities. Hear with love and faith the narrations of my glorious and constantly meditate on me. One should offer to me whatever one acquires, and accepting oneself as my eternal servant, one should give oneself completely to me. One should always discuss my birth and activities and enjoy life by participating in festivals such as Janmashtami, which glorify my pastimes. In my temples, one should also participate in festivals and ceremonies by singing, dancing, playing mridangas, playing musical instruments, and discussing me with other Vaishnavas. One should observe all the regular celebrated annual festivities by attending ceremonies, pilgrimages, and making offerings. One should also observe religious vows such as Ekadasi and take initiation by the procedures mentioned in the Vedas, Pancharatra, and other similar literatures. So, yesterday we discussed up to here quite elaborately, so now we should go on from this point. One should faithfully and lovingly support the installation of my deity, and individually or in cooperation with others, one should work for the construction of Krishna conscious temples and cities, as well as flower gardens, fruit gardens, and special areas to celebrate my pastimes. In simple words, devotees should create such areas that that will remind us about the Lord, and like also build temples of the Lord, or help in building the temples, even build cities. So create areas where people can remember Krishna. People can lead their lives with Krishna in the center. Create gardens, and gardens of fruits and flowers, and special areas to celebrate Krishna's pastimes. One should consider oneself to be my humble servant without duplicity, and thou shouldst help to clean the temple, which is my home. So in India, it's a very common thing. We see people go to the temple and sweep the temple. So just people come to visit the temple, but they render some service. I've noticed in Punjab, this culture is very, very prevalent. People come to the temple and on their own, they take a broom and start to clean. So it will be nice if the devotees also do that. In our temple, we shouldn't think that only those who have been given the assignment to clean the temple, they should clean temple. No. Krishna is saying everybody should try to do that. Because that's Krishna's home. Temple is Krishna's home. So when we clean the temple, we are cleaning Krishna's home. So this is how we win Krishna's favor. So make it a point, everybody, make it a point. That just I'll tell you what I have seen myself. One very beautiful example is actually the Golden Temple of Amritsar. People come there, men, ladies, like wearing suit and tie, the ladies, in fancy clothes, nicely dressed. You can see they are all very affluent people, taking some broom and cleaning, taking some piece of cloth and wiping. So that's that way I would say the Sikhs are very much committed. So please make it a point. When you go to the temple, just don't go to the temple. Make it a point to clean the temple. Or get together, maybe make a group and make it a point to just clean the temple up. So this is how we are actually learning how to become a devotee of Krishna. And so, mind you, what is the basic purpose that Krishna is saying? These activities will help us to become free from false prestige and pride. False pride and prestige. So as I was saying, somebody may be a big person, maybe a millionaire, comes to a temple, takes up a piece of cloth and cleans up the temple. Maybe we can tell people also when they come to a temple, we can have some kind of make some arrangement, a squeegee, it may be difficult to, a squeegee, the way we clean the temple with a piece of cloth wrapped around the squeegee, and just push it and it will be cleaning the temple. So our business is to actually engage people in devotional service, and we show them how to do it. And in the process, we are cleaning and they are cleaning. How come today none of the managers are here today? Okay. First one should sweep and dust thoroughly. Right? Krishna is telling how to do that. First one should sweep and dust thoroughly. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also showed how to clean Gundicha temple. He himself cleaned the Gundicha temple. One should first sweep and dust thoroughly, and then one should further cleanse with water and cow dung. Having dried the temple, one should sprinkle scented water and decorate the temple with mandalas. One should thus act just like my servant. A devotee should never advertise his devotional activities. Therefore, his service will not be the cause of false pride. One should never use lamps that are offered to me for other purposes simply because there is need of illumination. And similarly, one should never offer to me anything that has been offered to or used by others. Very important point. It's not that we have some lamp that we offer to Krishna for arati, and now it's dark, we need some lamp, so light that lamp and use it. No. Things that have been used for Krishna service should be used for anything else. Mind you, I always tell sometimes, like sometimes I see devotees are using Krishna's fan or Krishna's chamar for me. Please don't do that. Whatever has been used for Krishna should be just used for Krishna, not for anyone else. Like we have Krishna's chamara, Krishna's fan. We also have Prabhupada's chamara, Prabhupada's fan. One should never use lamps that are offered to me for other purposes simply because there is a need of illumination. And similarly, one should never offer to me anything that has been offered to or used by others. Whatever is most desired by one within this material world and whatever is most dear to oneself, one should offer that very thing to me. That's very important. In Bengali there is a saying, Udai khoi govindaya namaha. It means, you see, somebody was carrying khoi. Khoi means flaked rice. It's very, very light. So then a wind he was carrying, and a wind came and blew away that flaked rice. And then the person said, "Oh, Govindaya Namaha." I offered it to Govinda. Should never be like that. Rather, it should be the other way around. Whatever is dear to me, I should offer it to Krishna. Whatever is dear to me, that should be given to Krishna. Like, remember, just question yourself. At least we can say that one thing is most dear to everyone: money. So make it a point to give it to Krishna. Not that, oh Krishna, I have become your devotee, I am prepared to give everything, I have given myself. But please don't ask for money. Never should be like that. Because, you see, Krishna is situated in our hearts. And there is a saying, Krishna doesn't see what we gave. Krishna sees what we have kept for ourselves. That also reminds me one incident. Once, I was just a new devotee in Calcutta, but new devotee in Mayapur. And I was serving Srila Prabhupada. And one very wealthy person came to Mayapur. I used to know him from Calcutta, he's a very wealthy person. And he was quite close to us also, so he just came to Mayapur and we are very excited. Oh, he has joined. So I told Prabhupada, such and such person has joined Srila Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada said, he asked me, so he came alone? I said, yes, Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada asked, did he give any donation? So I found out that he didn't give any donation. Then Prabhupada said, he won't last. So he came, offered himself, but not his money he left for his family. If he was serious, then he would have at least part of his money and gave it to the temple. And now we saw, like after a few days, his wife came, his son came, and he left. So whatever is most dear to us, we should offer to Krishna. Like, and we should also consider, like, our children are very dear, our sons are very dear to us, parents, very dear to the parents. So you make them into a devotee. And that's one unfortunate thing. I notice that devotee parents' children hardly they join the movement. Parents are devotees, but they don't make their children into devotees. They send them to school, they send them to college, they get them degree, get an occupation, now become successful in life. That's not sincere. If you're serious about Krishna consciousness, send your children to Krishna consciousness. So that's what Krishna is telling here. Whatever is dear to you, you offer that to Krishna. Nowadays, most of the devotees that we have, young devotees, most of them are not coming from devotee children. They're just coming on their own and joining. Very few devotee children are in our movement. Why? Because the parents are not guiding them properly. So please make it a point. Make your devotees into children. If you thought spiritual life is important, then why aren't you making your children into devotees? Why do you make your children doctors, engineers, and take care of my business? Why is that? That means your involvement in Krishna consciousness is not serious. That's not what I'm saying, that's what Krishna is telling. If you do not offer anyone who is dear to you to Krishna, then your spiritual life is not sincere. Generally, I don't like to speak about that, but I think about it. I see that and I think about that. But now that the topic came up, I'm just making it clear to all of you. Yeah, educate your children, but ultimately let them become a devotee. All these, many of the youngsters, young devotees who are joining the movement, they're coming from educated background. Ujjain temple is full of educated children coming from college and universities, and and not only that, they worked for 2 years, and then they came and joined the movement. That shows that how committed they are. But when it comes to devotee children, I'm sorry, it's not happening. One should offer that very thing to me. Such an offering qualifies one for eternal life. Now we go to next verse, text 42. O saintly Uddhava, please know that you may worship me in sun, fire, brahmanas, cows, Vaishnavas, sky, wind, water, earth, individual soul, and all living entities. So these are the ways we can actually serve Krishna, worship Krishna. Let's remember that. That you may worship me in the sun. Sun is Surya and Narayan. Narayan is in sun planet. Fire, Brahmanas, qualified brahmanas, not just a Brahmin thread wala brahmanas. Like Prabhupada used to criticize that often. Like wearing a Brahmin thread and pulling a rickshaw. And some brahmanas are also like brahmana. What are they doing? They go from office to office and put some chandan and flower, and they get a few paisa, bakshish. That's not brahmana. Brahmana means Brahma janati iti brahmana, not Brahman by birth, Brahman by qualification. In ISKCON also, just having a Brahmin thread, one doesn't become a Brahmana. I see in ISKCON so many illiterate Brahmanas, can't even write his name, and he has been given initiation. Why? Oh Maharaj, I need a pujari in the temple, especially in the West. I need a pujari, I need a cook. So we need a Brahmana, he is here, please give him the Brahmin initiation. This is not right. And Brahmana means one who is qualitatively Brahmana. Learned, sama, dhamma, tapo, saucham. The qualified Brahmanas should be there. Brahmanas, cows, Vaishnavas, sky, wind, water, earth, individual soul, and all living entities. Not all living entities means seeing Krishna as the super soul in everyone's heart. Next three verses, 43 to 45. My dear Uddhava, one should worship me within the sun by chanting selected Vedic mantras and by performing worship and offering obeisances. One may worship me in fire by offering oblation of ghee. So Krishna is telling different ways to worship him in different objects. In sun, by chanting the mantra and offering obeisances. To fire, by offering oblation of ghee, and worship me among the brahmanas by respectfully receiving them as guests, even when uninvited. Like we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's father, Jagannath Mishra. He used to invite the brahmanas. Like one brahmana, he invited, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's little child, and he was eating his prasad offerings. Also, he invited Ishwar Puri when Ishwar Puri came to Navadvip. Prabhupada's father also used to do that. He used to invite sadhus, brahmanas. Prabhupada didn't like that, because he used to see that many of them used to come just to eat. They are not. You could see, but his father was a simple-hearted person, and he just accepted them. But Prabhupada was critical. These are not brahmanas. These are not sadhus. For filling their belly, they have accepted that occupation. And as a result of that, people mistake ISKCON devotees also to be like them. Therefore, I always tell them that when you go there, present yourself very nicely. Dress up nicely. Even though brahmacharis, nicely colored brahmachari clothes. Because that's how people actually see the first impression. Then speak to them about Krishna consciousness. Show, and people get impressed. I mean, some people, yeah, they appreciate that what we speak. And also we shouldn't just go there to eat. I knew one devotee, I was with him, he was a sannyasi also, he's not there in ISKCON anymore, Indian sannyasi. I was with him in Punjab, in Chandigarh. And he used to tell people, when are you going to invite me in your house? and he used to even tell them what to cook for him. Like makai ka roti and sarson ka saag. If we do that, then people will lose respect for us. So we should carry ourselves in such a way that the devotees automatically feel that respect. I can be worshipped within the cows by offering of grass and other suitable grains and paraphernalia for pleasure and health of the cows. And one may worship me within the Vaishnavas by offering loving friendship to them and honoring them in all respects. Through steady meditation, I am worshipped within the inner space of the heart. And within the air, I can be worshipped by knowledge that prana, the life air, is the chief among the elements. So within the air, Krishna is worshipped as the prana air, which is as the chief among elements. Of all the elements, prana is the most important. I am worshipped within water by offering of water itself, along with other elements such as flowers and tulasi leaves. And one may tulasi leaves. So there is a saying, Ganga Jale Ganga Puja. How do you worship Ganga? Take the water, offer to Ganga. So Krishna is worshipped in water by offering water itself. And better still, with some flowers and tulasi. One may worship me within the earth by proper application of confidential seed mantras. One may worship me within the individual living entity by offering food and other enjoyable substances. That's a very important thing. How do we worship individual living entities? How do you worship Krishna within the individual living entities? By offering food and other enjoyable substances. That's why we have the food distribution program, prasad distribution program. And one may worship me within all living entities by seeing the super soul within all of them, thus maintaining equal vision. Hare Krishna. So, I hope Uddhava Gita is benefiting you. Like, that's how we benefit, hearing and chanting. By hearing, you're benefiting. By chanting, I'm benefiting. Speaking about Uddhava Gita, I'm benefiting. And I hope you all are also benefiting hearing. And in course of our discussions, many important points come up. So please try to take it in the right spirit. Sometimes you'll find that in course of my classes and discourses, I'm quite heavy at times. But please try to understand that that heaviness is for your benefit. Just I'm trying to point out something that you should do, that, and if I don't tell you, then what am I doing? If naturally, you can't see things yourself, you can't do things, you can understand oftentimes yourself. So that's why you need somebody to tell you. And that is the role of a guru, that's the role of a sannyasi, to speak the truth and tell you what should be done. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So the results...
Result will come just after 5 minutes.
Oh, it's not ready. Okay. So some questions are here. Then Chitvino Das, Mauritius. Can you please explain about how did the parents of Krishna, Rudrani, the Gopas and Gopis, return to the spiritual world? Krishna, Radharani, the Gopas and Gopis. You see, there are various descriptions how they went. Like, one understanding is that when the Gopis got the news that Krishna left the planet, they went and drowned themselves in a pond in Dwarka. And that has become Gopi Chandan. Also, some of the gopis, Arjuna was bringing them. And then on the way he was attacked by some gopas and they took away those gopis. So these are all Krishna's pastimes. So we have to understand that when this is how Krishna and Radharani and other gopas and gopis went back to the spiritual world. Thank you for your wonderful lecture. This is from Braja Kumar Govinda Das, UK. Thank you for your wonderful lecture. Srila Prabhupada has mentioned the word austerity a lot in his literatures. Would you kindly will you kindly elaborate on what austerity really means in the current Kali Yuga and how the devotees should observe austerity? Austerity means voluntarily accepting some difficulties for our spiritual progress. That is the meaning of austerity. Voluntarily accepting some difficulties. Like we say, like Prabhupada said, the austerity for this age is just to follow the 4 regulative principles. That's the austerity. Don't eat non-vegetarian food. Preferably, eat only Krishna Prasad. Eat the food that has been offered to Krishna, or eat the food after offering it to Krishna yourself. Don't take any intoxication. Don't indulge in illicit sex. And don't indulge in gambling. And chant minimum 16 rounds every day. That's the austerity for this age. The tongue is saying, let's have this delicious food. But your intelligence is saying, no, it hasn't been offered to Krishna, so we shouldn't take that. Some friends are saying, come, let's go and have a drink. But you say, no, that's not right. There's temptation to indulge in illicit sex. And you say, no, shouldn't do that. There's a temptation for gambling. Oh, just by buying one lottery ticket for $1, I can win $5 million. So, no. So saying no to these 4 things is austerity. And chanting 16 rounds every day is austerity for this age. Then Braja Jivan Das from Bangalore. Guru Maharaj, we say that we should do any Krishna conscious activity together with devotees. But sometimes our personal sadhana is there. For example, if devotees are doing bhajan sandhya, I may think that if I sleep early, I can get up early and chant nicely tomorrow. Sometime I want to do something else. Devotees may be reading Srila Prabhupada's books. Together, I may think of hearing lecture or have some other work. Is it my separatist mentality, or how should I see this thing? How should I see this thing and how to improve on it? Well, see, like you have your intelligence and you consider, the first thing you consider is that, is it because you are being lazy that you are not doing that? That's the first consideration. Second consideration is it because you really have a better thing to do, that's why you are not doing it? So this should be the consideration. Use your intelligence. Ask yourself honestly. Am I not using the bhajan sandha but going to bed early so that I can get up early? Is it because you are being lazy, that's why you are avoiding the bhajan sandha? Or truly you have to get up early in the morning and do your service, that's why you are not attending? So make an honest decision like that. Champaklata Sakhidasi, Atlanta. Champaklata, I hope you reached Gujarat safely to your relative's house. I wanted to speak to you. Good that you questioned, and that reminded me that I'll make it a point to speak to you. My question is, you mentioned that offer everything to Krishna. So besides food and house, whatever we buy, do we offer everything to Krishna, like furniture, the clothes we wear, or anything in the house? How do we offer? Please enlighten. You see, just in your mind you can offer. This is a matter of like offering, like, and yeah, like for example, say you bought a sari and you can't make Krishna wear the sari. So you just offer Krishna, thank you so much for giving me this sari. You brought some furniture, you can say, Krishna, thank you so much. Just say thank you to Krishna. And Krishna will be happy. You bought a car, Krishna is not going to drive it. You can say, Krishna, please accept it and let me use it in your service. Like that. Amit Vikram Das from ISKCON Panihati. Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Many devotees say that if we dye color clothes very nicely, we will soon be attracted to Maya. In that case, what can we answer them? You can tell that yes, the Maya will be attracted, and Maya will say, oh, you became such a good brahmachari. So attracted Maya is not, rather if you don't wear saffron, then the Maya come to you. Like many a times Maya looks who is wearing white. They keep brahmacharis out. Oh, they're no good. But oh, he's wearing white, so he's a good candidate. So yeah, dye your clothes nicely. Dye your clothes nicely, dress yourself nicely. But at the same time, preach nicely, take care of the devotees nicely, take care of the congregation devotees nicely, and preach in an intelligent way, in a very humble state of mind. Do not become arrogant, do not become puffed up. Then the next, so many questions from Krishna Govinda Das. Okay, London. So, question 1. During the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Lord Krishna promised Duryodhana he can have his entire army of soldiers on his side, how is it possible to understand that they are willing to fight against Lord Krishna, their master, and Arjuna's army? That's a Kshatriya, that's a, like we can see from Bhishma Dev. Like he is working for Duryodhana. So whatever Duryodhana said, he did it. Similarly, Krishna said his army, you fight on behalf of Duryodhana. Yeah, fight. So that is the warrior. Whatever they're told, they just do that. That's a devotee. Whatever they're told, whatever Krishna tells them, they do that. Question 2. Srila Prabhupada mentions in Krishna book that Lord Krishna's family from 16,000 wives consisted of 1 billion members. Did Lord Krishna's children and grandchildren like Pradyumna and Aniruddha also fight during Kurukshetra? I don't think so. Krishna gave his soldiers, not his relatives. Where the Jadu dynasty consisting of these billion members also wiped out due to the curse by the Brahmanas who vowed the destruction of the Jadu pregnancy, Jadu progeny, yes, everyone, all the Jadus, excepting some, maybe Ugrasen, and as we know about Uddhava. So they went back to the spiritual world directly, and Uddhava stayed back in here. Now, Vishakha Priyadasi Surat. Being a parent, we desire that our daughters go to a place where they get all the facilities, but at the same time, we also desire that they get a very spiritual environment. So should we encourage our girls to be ready to adjust with less facilities if they get a sincere devotee boy? Yes, the girls should be ready to accept the situation they are married into. Like one wonderful consideration is Devahuti and Kardama Muni. Devahuti, not only a princess, she is Manu's daughter. Manu is the ruler of the entire planet. She was must have been brought up in such luxury and comfort and opulence. Kardamuni living in a forest, got her married to him. She accepted it. Of course, I don't know how today's girls will react, or even when they hear how they will react. That probably their reaction will be, no way. But anyway, we can understand that those days they were so detached from material concept of life that they could accept things like that because they were simple. The main consideration was spiritual advancement. So now I'll go back to that point only. So if your daughters are motivated by that spiritual consideration, then yes, they'll be prepared to accept some material hardship for some spiritual benefit. Then Shyam Bihari Das from Gurgaon, Guru Maharaj, for taking Brahman initiation first, we have to develop Brahminical qualities, or after initiation by the potency of the mantra, it will manifest. Yes, very good question, Shambhihari. In that case, Prabhupada said that I am giving Brahmin initiation. That doesn't mean that you become a Brahmana. I am giving Brahmin initiation so that you can try to become a qualified Brahmana. So I'm giving you an opportunity to become Brahminical by developing Brahminical qualities. Premavata Das, I had a question since long time. I try to chant Gayatri, but most of the time is not so conscious. I try to finish it fast and continue my work. Can you please enlighten for the importance of Gayatri chanting for a devotee, and how should I chant? You see, devotee, whatever he does sincerely. That is the devotee. Devotee is sincere. So whether you're chanting Gayatri, whether you're chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, whether you're cooking, whether you're cleaning the temple, whatever you're doing, your heart should be there. That's the meaning of sincerity. Okay? Oh, more questions are coming. Golokeshwar Das, Gurugram. I was hearing your Mahabharata seminar in which it mentioned that Bhishma Dev rejected his guru's Parashuram's order, and similarly Bali Maharaj rejected Shukracharya. Guru Maharaj, please kindly tell on what grounds they did that. So Bhishma Dev, when Parashuram insisted that he should marry Amba, and Bhishma Dev said, look, I took a vow of lifelong celibacy. How can I break my vow? Parashuram said, no, I am your guru, I am telling you. You have to do that. That's the time Bhishma said, that I'm sorry, can't. So Guru, he rejected his guru. And Parashuram got into a fight with him. But he couldn't defeat Bhishma. And with Bali Maharaj, when Bamandev came and asked for 3 feet of land, 3 steps of land, then Shukracharya could recognize this Vishnu. So he has come with some agenda. So he tried to stop Bali Maharaj. And so he didn't reject his guru, but he didn't listen to his guru. Bali Maharaj didn't reject his guru. But he insisted that, oh, if Vishnu came to take everything away from me, wonderful, I'm prepared to give that. What can be a greater good fortune than that? Vishnu himself came to take everything away from me. So he didn't listen to Shukracharya. So Shukracharya was so adamant in stopping Bali Maharaj because he thought his business is to protect his disciple. So when Bali Maharaj took the water pot, because before taking a vow, one has to do the achaman. And when Bali Maharaj took the water pot, Shukracharya entered into the water pot and blocked the neck of the water pot so that he can't get any water. So the water was not coming. What's the matter? Then Krishna said, or Bamandev said, what happened? The water is not coming? Let me see. So he took a kusha grass, he poked, and Shukracharya's eye became blinded. One eye became blinded. So these are the anecdotes. Okay, now the result. Interactive online spiritual quiz. The number of participants, 110. Number of questions, 20. Top 5 winners. So I'll start from the bottom. With 86% accuracy, in 5th position, Aditya Singh, Bhopal base. In fourth position, with 86% accuracy, Santushta Govinda Das, Bangalore. In third position, also with 86% accuracy, Shushmita Radhika Dasi, Bangalore. Then in second position, Kriti Juneja with 91% accuracy from Ujjain. And with 100% accuracy in the first position, Praveen Tiwari, Bhopal base. Thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschatta Deshatarine. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschatta Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Ashadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्योत्तर श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि गौर भक्तविंद की, कलिजुग पावनावतारी श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, समवेत गौर भक्तविंद की, गौर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namah Vishnu Pada Krishna Vishnu.